All right, we'll move on to our guest on the hot seat today, unified API platform Knit, which offers a plug-and-play integrations platform for SaaS companies to help them build and maintain integration with other SaaS tools, has raised $1 million in a seed funding round led by Endiya Partners, along with participation from Axilor Ventures and others. It is going to use these funds to enhance product capabilities and incorporate Gen AI technologies, as well as expand globally. So joining me now to tell us more about this very young company and its funding is Gaurav Bhavani, the co-founder of Knit. Gaurav, welcome to Startup Street. Thanks very much for your time here. As I was saying, you just started out in January, right? Start by telling our viewers very briefly in simple terms, what do you do, at Knit and the problem that you're solving for?
Thanks, first of all, Ritu, for having me over. From a product standpoint, what Knit does is it essentially is a unified API. What that means is it's a universal connector that helps SaaS companies integrate with hundreds of tools that are out there using just a single API, effectively leading to what earlier used to take about 3 to 4 weeks building each integration for them. That has been brought down to a week by using Knit. But at the same time, they are not just able to build one integration, but the same integration scales for 10, 20, 30 apps that they need to plug with. So that's what Knit does in a nutshell for other products that are being built in and outside of India. So we serve both India as a market, and we have global customers already as well.
Okay, we'll get to those customers in just a bit. Tell us about this $1 million funding that you've got. Will a lot of it also go into OPEX and, building your products and teams, given that you're just starting out?
Yeah, that's correct. So about 60% of it is earmarked for product enhancements. As you were already speaking about generative AI, that applies to our space as well. A large part of it is going to go into enhancing the product in terms of the entire integration lifecycle, from being able to read API documentation, which is the first step in building an integration, to actually crafting the models that are used by developers when they're essentially plugging into Knit and beyond. All of that needs to be more efficient. It takes, as I said, it takes about 7 to 10 days. Today, it can be brought down to a couple of hours in an ideal state. And that's where we are headed as well. So 60% of it is earmarked for product enhancements, 40% for go-to-market. That's how the fund allocation is going to be.
Okay. All right. And you're also looking to scale your customer base in the US as well as beyond. What is your target typical customer or client? And is US the predominant market that you're looking at?
Yes, going forward, US is one of the critical markets that we are focusing on. We serve SMBs and mid-market companies in the States. In India, we are working with mid-sized enterprises. So there's a slight difference in terms of the kind of companies in both these geographies or markets, but the product essentially scales well across the board. Any product today that's getting built into marketing tech, sales tech, HR tech, financial planning and analytics, all of those are industries or segments where Knit is a great fit.
All right. From a business point of view, Gaurav, what is your target timeline to, when you estimate the business will break even? And for a company like yours, very tech heavy, what is the cash burn like? So,
as you said, we are super early. A large part of the burn today, and that's with any product company, initially you have to build the product out. That's the stage that we are at. And that's going to be the same scenario for about the next 2 to 3 quarters minimum as we enhance the product further. From a break-even standpoint, I think we are still about 2 years out. Our immediate milestones are in terms of growth to scale about 8x this year. That's where we would be at a stage where we are able to see our books in the manner where we can actually figure out how much time is it going to take to actually break even, and then scale from there. But from a broad timeline standpoint, I would say it's about 2 years out from here.
Okay, fair enough, Gaurav. Finally, just give us a sense of probably what you've been telling your investors as well in terms of What your medium to longer term plan for NIT is to build it, to scale it? Will there be inorganic opportunities along the way to selectively expand into geographies or product lines, business lines that may be complementary?
Sure. So one of the interesting things that has happened in the last 2 years is AI, and what that brings specifically for our space is that the entire integrations market is an enormous space of about $400 billion across the board if you include services in it. With the capability of AI coming in and attaching onto the product, AI-enabled services is what will help us expand further. Initially, at the moment, we are just targeting SaaS companies, but there's a lot more beyond that that can be done. So we start here, but gradually as the product capabilities expand, as we build more feature sets, we could expand into those adjacencies as well.
All right, Gaurav, we're going to leave it at that. And thanks very much for your time here. We wish you the best with this young company you've just started. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
On that